Okay, thank you. And for AEC, we are going to talk about the topic, how can green finance foster the developments of green technology and advanced carbon neutrality. And I'm Dennis Wu, who is the Vice Chairman and Executive Director of AEC Group. Okay, let me introduce a bit about our group. Our group founded in 1994 and is a Hong Kong-based pioneer sustainability and environmental consultancy firm with over 28 years of experience. And our holding company, Alliance Sustainability Environmental Consultants Group Limited, is the first sustainability and environmental consulting service provider in Hong Kong. And AEC is an award-winning consultant with extensive portfolio spanning Hong Kong, mainland China, and the Asia Pacific region. Okay, let's have a video to introduce our group more. Yeah, back to our sharing. Okay, and this is our service area, green and healthy buildings, consulting services, and sustainability and environmental consultancy services. And we also have a green finance, sustainability, climate change and ESG advisory, and also acoustic, audiovisual, lighting, and theater planning. And we have a e-learning, air quality, smart and green IoT services. Okay. And we have participate in different associations, including green building associations and also the we participate in different carbon neutrality and also some of the environmental association, and also we participate in a lot of the commercial association as well. And we have a very diversified client base, like government, developers, architects, contractor, and also we have financial institution, academic institutions, and also others very diversified client base. And AEC practice walk the talk. We have earned some of the ESG awards and also green building, help our clients to achieve the green building and quality building awards. And we have the picture showing we recently got 3 awards in the same competitions in a row. Okay, to achieve carbon neutral net zero, we believe there are 4 core elements. The first one will be data and IoT. The second one will be the net zero advocacy and advisory. Third one will be green tech innovation, and fourth one will be green investment and green finance. Definitely, we need to have the governance policy and regulations to support the development. But AEC itself, we have these 4 elements and promote those 4 elements to help to achieve carbon net zero. Okay, today I'm going to talk about green tech innovations and green investment and green finance. Okay, AEC has the host developed software, Sustainature. It provides a cloud-based ESG and carbon data management platform that helped the corporates to monitor and collect the ESG and carbon data. And later, our colleague Sun Yu will talk about this more. Let's talk about what's the green finance. Green finance is including 2 parts. One is the debt financing, and also the other one will be the equity investment. There are some definitions about green finance. In the traditional definition of green finance is defined as comprising all forms of investment or financing that's considered environmental effect and enhance environmental sustainability. That's the very traditional definition. And after that, the definition become more that extends to border levels. We have the EU definition of sustainable investment and finance. Okay, sustainable finance refers to the process of taking due account of environmental, social, and governance. So we include the S and G elements in sustainable finance. Okay, and nowadays we have a more modern definitions of sustainable investment finance. Is that follow the SDGs that are defined by the Paris Agreement Agenda 2030 Agenda. Okay, is the financial investment that provide environmental benefit in the broader context of environmentally sustainable development, as well as finance, education, social development, health, and other aspects of sustainable development as defined by the agenda. And we can say we should look at what standards should we follow, what projects should be green finance projects. Okay, there are different type of green finance standard in this world, and we have a global standard, we have a China standard, Hong Kong standard, or other country may have its own standards to look at the green finance. For the global one, we have ICMA. It's a more principle based, and it provides guidelines for the green bond issuance, green loan, and also sustainability linked products. And the second one will be the climate bond initiative, and is an international recognized green finance standard. And recently, in last October 2021, ISO also established the standard 14032 for the green finance. And Hong Kong also has its own standards established by HKQAA, and China also has its standard. Okay, the green finance standard and the framework covered the most important things will be the use of proceeds. Okay, if we use the proceeds to promote green initiative that is under the standard, we can call it a green finance project. Okay, for the use, there are some common potential use of proceeds like digital transformation, new energy, and renewable energy development, decarbonization, energy savings, climate change resilience, transition financing from high to low carbon economy. And also we will also use in sustainable supply chain and products. And also the green finance will use in some green tech R&D as well. So we have the technology, and and we need to have another definition. What's the green tech? Okay, because green tech is the technology that covers major 5 areas. Okay, the first one will be the energy. The green technology that includes the development of alternative fuels and new means of generation energy efficiency. The second one will be the green buildings, and the third one will be environmental preferred purchase and sustainable procurement. And the fourth thing will be the green chemistry, and the fifth one will be the green nanotechnology. Nowadays, a lot of the fundings are poured in those green tech investments. And for the renewable energy, we have a lot of initiative on the biomass energy and some of the solar hydropower developments. And the technologies keep updating every day. Yeah. And AEC also participate in investments, those technology in light asset type or heavy asset types through our investment and also through our fund investment. normally the green tech investment will invest through venture capital, and you can see from the trend, like the amount of money poured in the VC industry is increasing, and with the seamless number of deals in the market, we can see the deal size is increasing as well. And if we go through green finance, green tech investment, we have a couple stage. We have the startup stage, that you got the green tech initiative, or maybe you got the technology incubate developed in the university, or you have your ideas. So you have your at the startup stage, and you have the angel funding, and the funding from family members, friends, or maybe your second mortgage of your buildings to start up. Okay, and then we go to the early stage and the growth stage and exit. So we can see money flows is increasing from across those stage. So we did, and the very beginning, definitely the firm, the new startups need more money to prove their concept and also to introduce to market. AEC help our portfolio company to tap into the market, and also find investors and collaboration to incubate those startups. And the next one I would like to share is the net zero emission solutions developments. Okay, for a new net zero emission solutions, they have to go through three different stages. Okay, the first one will be the emergent stage, and then diffusion stage, and the new normal stage. Okay, and we only have one popular new normals is the scrap metals recycling at this stage, but we have a lot coming up, like the EV, renewable energy, and all kind green building energy efficiency in the diffusion stage already. Hopefully, we can speed up the process from the diffusion stage to new normal stage through the more usage of the new technology. Okay, and at the same time, we also, as I mentioned before, we will help to the startups to go on the emergence stage to have a new tech to help the development of net zero target. Yeah, because as I mentioned before, and technology and financing is a very important element in the whole net zero achievement. So we are helping, try to help in all the areas that can to achieve the net zero initiative. And that's my presentation. And next one will be our business partner, MES, will talk about, Miranda will talk about the BIM system, and she is the founder and managing director of MES Group. Yeah, Miranda, please.
Hi, everyone. I'm sure that you can hear me well now. Okay. Hi, my name is Miranda. I'm the founder and managing director of MES Group. I'm the partner of AEC, and thanks for Dennis for inviting me and introduce me just now. And MES Group is actually an Asia-based BIM project management consultancy. And we are, for digital transformation for the AEC industry. We have found 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago in 2011. And we have based in headquarters in Hong Kong, and our regional branches mainly in the Southeast Asia, in the ASEAN countries like Malaysia, Philippines, India, and so on. So we are in the position of Hong Kong to bridge with mainland China and springboard to the ASEAN countries. So we are the specialist of BIM-related technologies, so servicing us through consultancy, and we also developed our own products and solutions, and focusing in on different softwares on project management and different levels. So our aim for our solutions and our consultancy is to create more higher efficiency way to achieve best value for the construction projects to meet the ESG requirements and the sustainability development goals. So these are our teammates in different branches in Hong Kong and in Southeast Asia branches. So our products is mainly ShareBeam. This is a common data environment platform to facilitate collaboration and communication throughout the project lifecycle. So our products is actually pre-approved by the CITF funding in Hong Kong, which is called Construction Innovative Technology Fund, which are including our ShareBeam CDE platform. And also we have different modules. And for example, cost management. So we have our BIM-based cost BIM for cost estimation and throughout the project lifecycle with the BIM model and process. And we also have the digital construction supervision systems, DWSS, and which is mandated for all the government projects in Hong Kong. And we have also developed on our own proprietaries to fulfill the market needs. So why BIM, and the reason why we are working together with AEC as a partner, where BIM in fact is advances sustainabilities. As we see throughout the construction market, and the global construction market is actually worth like 3.5 trillion US, and we noticed that over the project cycle, we have always like over budget for different projects, like 40% on over budgeting. And we also have waste industry resources for 20% during the project, delivering the projects. And we have also waste materials. And even we have construction, we work for like over 30% throughout our projects. So why are we, how we resolve these problems with our solutions and our technologies, and how we work together with AEC, and where AEC is work out the solutions to have the steps to achieving a net zero carbon. And we have different construction stage and also operational stage. As they advise that to achieve the net zero carbon and through construction, and we need to achieve like the reduce the construction impacts in different steps for the whole life's carbon assessment. where we will be through the different stages in the construction process. And through the construction process, we also need to achieve the net zero carbon at the last stage, where to offset any remaining carbon. So based on this, we will be focusing on to reduce the embodied carbon through the net zero carbon steps and assigned by the AEC. So also we focus on the operation energy, where we'll be on the ground to reduce operation energy use by energy saving through our BEAM model technologies and solutions, and also to increase renewable energy supply. So we will be able to go through some of the process, and where we will focusing how we use the BEAM technology and the process to to achieve a net zero carbon. So we work hand in hand with AEC, and so we understand we have always facing a lot of challenges on the embodied carbon, where the carbon, the CO2 emission, associated with the materials and also the construction processes throughout the project life cycle on the building or even the infrastructure. And where will be included to create the carbon dioxide during the manufacturing on the building materials, where the materials extract the carbon through transportation, through manufacturing. And apart from that, we also advise that there is embodied carbon emission through construction processes, including to transport materials to the construction site and the waste to disposal and so on. And as well as the building maintenance and renovation, there is also a major embodied carbon emission. And eventually, and there's the demolition and waste transportation and material recycling, then we also consider where the embodied carbon will be created during this process. So how we'll focus on those with our BEAM solutions, how we tackle those with to achieve the sustainability. So we will be able to use our platform, our CDE collaboration platform, where we'll be to work more effectively and faster, safer, to reduce less waste during construction, and definitely will be more effective and more on the cost effectively to reduce on the process to achieve sustainability during the operation. So where during this process, we will be able to calculate the embodied carbon on the materials from the materials from the BEAM model, and also how we will tackle the operation carbon and through the project cycle, where on the energy saving and so on. So we also focus on our studies through this flowchart. You will be able to see by using the BEAM process and the BEAM model to tackle on the embodied carbon on the first part. If we use the start as through the BEAM model, and we will be work out the quantity through the model and work together with the structural analysis and model valuation, and then through the building to align with the building regulatory and the design codes and so on. And we will be able to work out the quantity through QTO from the BEAM model, and where we will be able to use the coefficient, the coding, to work out on the embodied carbon quantification. So apart from this, we will be also focus on the energy simulation through our software. And this process will be using the BEAM model conversion for the CFD, computational fluid dynamic, and where to have the output to the air ventilation rate to work out the energy simulation. And where we'll be able to achieve the operation to calculate or to quantify the operation carbon quantification. And together with the embodied carbon and the operation part, and then together we will be going through the process to work out the total carbon emission if we will have a different scenario and simulation, and to iterate the different options and scenario, and going through this process again for the iteration to achieve the best result for the particular project and the design. So this is the process that we are working on together with AEC, and where the embodied carbon and to fulfill the sustainability achievements. So we have some source from the China Building Energy Consumption and Carbon Emission Research Report in 2021, where we have the information from the carbon emission in construction industry. And we noticed that the carbon emission there is over 50% is from the material emissions throughout the construction process. And 42.6% is from the operation process, and only 4.2% is from the construction stage. So based on these figures and how we will use our solution, our beam-based solution through our share beam process, we will be able to quantify the materials, the quantity of the materials based on the beam accurate, precise beam model, and work aligned with coefficient, the carbon coefficients, to get on the accurate, to monitor the quantity of the materials from the design. And we have, through the value engineering process, we will work out the best option through the net zero carbon achievement for the embodied carbon quantification. And another approach that we are working on is, since we will notice the embodied carbon will be reduced from the site activities or throughout the transportations of the construction process. So we will be able to use our project life cycle from our share beam process to monitor through logistic management, and also focus on our facilities management through the process to monitor, to reduce the energy on the simulation, and through our beam technology to work out the energy efficiency to achieve the operation level, to achieve the net zero carbon on the carbon emission. So on the construction level, we also be able to use our beam platform, the share beam platform, to monitor each project lifecycle steps through the work process. And then we have assigned the workflow from starting from the different stakeholders and different level of the logistic to monitor on the construction process, to make it and reduce the time and increase the efficiency to save time and cost effective. So this is our solution to work closely with AEC, where they will be achieving the net zero carbon solutions and with our beam-based technology. So this is my end of my presentation, and I would love to share more Q&A section later on with Grace. Thank you very much.